Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to the news postcard on TayNinhTV with some last events now arriving as far as let's invite and now we come into details. Ladies and gentlemen, on the morning of September the 10th, the Department of Education and Training held a conference to summarize the 2024 and 2025 school year and deploy the thoughts for the 2025 to 2026 school year for the preschool education. After the merger of administrative units, TayNinhTV has 347 preschool and kindergarten education facilities with more than 95,000 preschool children attending class. In the 2024 to 2025 school year, the Child Center education model will be maintained with 100% of preschool education facilities. Activities to familiarize the children with English will be implemented in more than 190 schools in the province. Ethnic minority education has made remarkable changes. The quality of Vietnamese language preparation has been improved. Inclusive education for the children with disabilities is guaranteed, with 100% of children attending class receiving periodic intervention and individual support. Also, in the past school year, the Department of Education and Training implemented a support policy for more than 5,500 preschool children who are the children of workers and laborers working in industrial parks and 187 preschool teachers working at private preschools in the areas with industrial parks. And entering the new school year of 2025 to 2026, the preschool education sector of the province will focus on implementing 6 key tasks. Accordingly, continuing to improve the effectiveness of preschool education management, ensuring the safety for the children in childcare and education, innovating educational programs and methods, and to prepare for the pilot implementation of the new preschool education program. Universalizing preschool education for the children from 3 to 5 years old, developing the network of schools and facilities, improving the quality of teachers, and fully and promptly implement policies for the children and teachers.
To promote more transparent, effective, and modern land management, from September 1st to November 30th, a nationwide campaign will be launched to review and clean up on land database that have been formed over the years in more than 2,300 communal-level units. In TayNinhTV, the Department of Agriculture and Environment has also requested provincial departments and branches to send a list of one department-level leader participating in the steering committee and one affiliated department-level leader participating in the working group implementing the 90-day campaign to build and complete TayNinhTV provincial land database for synthesis and submission to the Provincial Business Committee for consideration and decision. The implementing units will synchronize, connect, and share a unified and common land database. In particular, the land database of 34 provinces and cities is synchronized and unified into the national land database at the central level. In addition to reviewing and cleaning the entire land database that has been built over the years, the campaign also collects, digitizes, and creates data for certificates, residential land housing that have been issued, but the database has not been built.
And in August, the province's socio-economic situation achieved many positive results in most areas. In particular, industrial production activities deployed strongly, and the industrial production index maintained the double-digit growth. Accordingly, in August, the industrial index increased by over 1.6% compared to the previous month and increased by over 12.8% compared to the same period in 2024. In particular, the strongest increase was in the processing and manufacturing industry, up to over 15.7%, followed by the production and distribution of electricity, gas, hot water, steam, and air conditioning, water supply, waste management and treatment, wastewater, etc. The accumulated industrial production index in the first 6 months of 2025 increased by more than 15.1% compared to the same period in 2024. Impressive results in industrial production activities continue to affirm the strong development of the province's socio-economic picture, creating a premise for the province to complete the double-digit growth target in 2025. And also in August, the People's Committee of TayNinhTV Province granted 419 new FDI projects, bringing the total number of newly granted FDI projects in the first 6 months of 2025 to 140 projects with a newly granted investment capital of more than $32 million. Specifically, for foreign investment. In August, the province granted for 19 new FDI projects, an increase of 5 projects with newly granted investment capital of over $32.6 billion US. At the same time, there were 9 projects with adjusted capital with an increase of over $210 million US. Accumulated from the beginning of the year, the province has granted for 140 new projects, an increase of 43 projects with a total newly granted investment capital of over $670 million US. And to date, the province has over 1,900 FDI projects with a total registered investment capital of over $24.3 billion US. In addition, for domestic investment, the province has granted for 5 new projects with a total newly registered capital of nearly 415 billion Vietnam dong, adjusted 2 projects with a total adjusted capital increase of over 165 billion Vietnam dong. Accumulated from the beginning of the year until now, the province has granted for 121 new projects with a total newly registered capital of nearly 27,200 billion Vietnam dong, adjusted 52 projects with a total adjusted capital of nearly 18,400 billion Vietnam dong. And today, the province has 3,080 domestic investment projects with a registered capital of nearly 690,000 billion Vietnam dong. And in a context of digital transformation taking place strongly across the country, TayNinhTV have been promoting their pioneering role in bringing technology closer to the people, and with the spirit of each young person is the nucleus of digital transformation. The Ho Chi Minh City Communist Youth Union of Phước Vĩnh Tây Commune has consistently innovated and implemented many practical models, contributing to helping the people access technology in a simple, friendly, and effective way. And with the spirit of each young person is a nucleus of digital transformation, the Ho Chi Minh Communist Youth Union of Phước Vĩnh Tây Commune has constantly innovated and implemented many practical models, contributing to helping the people access technology in a simple, friendly, and effective way. At the Phước Vĩnh Tây Commune Public Administration Center, the people can easily see the chibi models of young people with QR codes used to look up administrative procedures, along with the Phước Vĩnh Tây Youth AI Assistant. This is a highlight in the model. People master digital skills deployed by the Commune Youth Union with the motto, Youth wholeheartedly supports smart public administration. In this area, the Youth Union members are always on duty and thus actively supporting the people to scan the codes, instructing how to interact with the AI virtual assistant to search for information, submit documents, and pay online quickly and conveniently. I use my smartphone to scan to look up the administrative procedures of the submit documents online. For example, registering for marriage or registering a death birth is very convenient and fast. With the advantage of being very easy to use with the Jalo platform, the people have accessed it a lot and brought about very positive results. Not only deployed at a public administration center, Phước Vĩnh Tây Youth Union also plays GB models with QR codes at many public places such as parks and schools to expand the access to digital services for the people. In particular, the infographic with instruction on scanning the code is also designed into a compact, convenient keychains and delivered directly to the people, contributing to spreading the spirit of digital transformation. The application operates on the Jalo platforms in avoiding 11 provincial-level administrative procedures and 47 commune-level procedures, helping the people easily look up and perform public services right at home. In addition, the Commune Youth Union also placed A5 Maker Pros at public coffee shops, routed with the people with the purpose of covering information about scanning administrative procedures codes as well as how to use and manipulate AI for the people to easily access. In parallel, the Commune Youth Union maintained a youth volunteer team to support two-level government, consisting of 25 members, working in shift from Monday to Friday at the Public Administration Center, supporting the people to operate the kiosks and declare procedures according to regulations. And with many variety models, Phước Vĩnh Tây youth are affirming their pioneering role in building a modern, friendly, and effective administration. And in August, the total retail sales of goods and consumer services revenue in the province estimated at over 21,000 billion Vietnam dong, a slight increase compared to the previous month and about 50% higher than the same period in 2004.
This is a positive signal showing that the purchasing power of the market remains stable, in which many service industries recorded a fairly good increase, especially accommodation and travel. In the first 8 months of the year, the total retail sales of goods and consumer services revenue reached nearly 163,500 billion Vietnam dong, an increase of over 15% over the same period, in which retail sales of goods are still the main driving force, accounting for a large proportion. Service sectors such as food and beverage, accommodation, and tourism also saw strong growth, reflecting the recovery trend of trade and service activities and the increasing consumer demand of the people. This result has significantly contributed to promoting local economic growth while creating a favorable foundation for businesses and business households to continue expanding their operations and improving the quality of products and services to serve the market in the last months of the year.
And TayNin is recording many positive results in the high-tech agricultural development program associated with restructuring the agricultural sector and thereby contributing to improving the quality, productivity, and competitiveness of agricultural products. Up to now, many key production areas of the province have achieved and exceeded their planned targets for the period 2021 to 2025. Specifically, the high-tech rice area reached more than 63,900 hectares, reaching more than 106% of the plan. The vegetable area reached more than 2,100 hectares and exceeding for 107% of the plan, and the dragon fruit growing area reached more than 5,800 hectares, reaching for 97% of the plan. In particular, the lemon growing area has an impressive growth rate of more than 4,100 hectares, reaching for 137% of the plan. The expansion of high-tech agricultural production area is contributing to improving the productivity and quality of agricultural products, reducing the production costs and increasing the income for the farmers. This is also a strategic step to help TayNin build a sustainable agriculture, adapt to climate change and requirements of international economic integration. Since the two-level local government came into operation, many localities in Ninh Bình province have encountered many difficulties in granting land use rights certificates to the people. In Ninh Giang Commune, as of August the 31st, the locality received for 2,540 doses, of which 29 doses were related to the land sector. Other doses were restored quickly and within the prescribed time limit. However, the land sector is still slow and had not yet returned any doses to the people. The Red Book and the land for the people currently in the Ninh Giang Commune have not been promptly deployed to the people, but for the people, there is a request for the commune officials to agree on conditions to help the people conveniently transact the Red Books and covers. In Nam Truc Commune, from the beginning of July until now, the locality has received more than 40 land-related files, mainly for first-time certificate application. However, when arriving, the people did not bring on the necessary documents and lacked transaction documents proving the original of the land. So the people had to go back and forth many times. Most household files do not meet the requirements according to regulations, and coordination between the units has been timely, affecting citizens who have to go back and forth many times. And to gradually overcome the difficulties, officials of the Ninh Bình Provincial Public Administration Service Center have established separate groups to directly discuss work with the specialized departments. At the same time, they have also increased their research on documents in books, newspapers, and the internet to update the new regulations and instructions, and participated in specialized training courses online, thereby being able to advise the people to understand and complete a complete set of land files. In the coming time, we request that the tax authority calculate the amount of money for citizens early so that the documents can be returned early. Land documents are also complicated without advertise. It is impossible to confirm. So the civil servant in charge of the land in the economic department comes down to support. And when people from the economic, culture, and social department help, the processing speed is faster. And to quickly restore administrative procedures for the people, the Ninh province has requested the departments, branches, and specialized agencies of the province to provide specific instruction on the citizen and of rising issues in the process of operating the two-level local governments in localities, especially in the land sector, to achieve the highest work efficiency.
In order to promote cashless payments in Đồng-Tháp and Tân Ramses, the State Bank of Vietnam recent 13 branch had just requested credit institutions in the area to resolutely implement key solutions. Accordingly, banks need to continue to develop infrastructure and digital technology to provide diverse cashless payment rails and services such as e-wallets, QR codes, internet mobile banking. In particular, it is necessary to focus on rural and border areas, helping people easily access and conduct safe and fast transactions. Notably, credit institutions are encouraged to proactively coordinate with local authorities, departments, and branches to implement the model of cashless risk commerce. At the same time, banks need to coordinate with the Department of Industry and Trade to install devices to support cashless payments at traditional markets, supermarkets, and shopping malls in order to create popularity and diversity of this form in the community.
Ladies and gentlemen, Vietnam will host the 2026 International Astronomy and Astrophysics Olympiad with about 3,000 contestants and observers from 80 countries and territories participating. The event is a great opportunity for Vietnam to promote its culture, people, lifestyle, and cuisine to international friends. At the same time, Vietnamese students also have the opportunity to exchange, learn, and connect with the students from countries around the world. The exam is expected to be held at the major university in Hanoi with the modern facilities equipment, fully meeting international requirements. And at the 2025 exam held in India, the Hanoi student delegation representing Vietnam achieved excellent results with 1 gold medal, 3 silver medals, and 1 bronze medal. And the resolution number 71 of the Breakthrough in Education and Training Development has just been issued by Police Bureau to remove the current bottlenecks in Vietnamese education while integrating the leverage for Vietnamese education to make a breakthrough. In particular, the unprecedented policy for the teachers is an important solution to solve the current teacher shortages bottleneck. 11 million Vietnam dong per month is the current salary of the teacher Nguyễn Thị Hồng after 14 years of working. And with the typical working time at school from 10 to 12 hours a day, Ms. Thị Hồng does not have the time to work extra to make ends meet. And after receiving the information that her allowance will be increased according to Decree number 71, she was very happy. Spending on the life is difficult because the children's education is expensive and the cost is high, and the school hours are long, so there is no time to work extra to increase income. So we have to spend reasonably. Rising allowance shows the concern of leaders at all levels to help us have a better life. Resolution number 71 stipulates the provincial allowances for the preschool and general education establishment at a minimum of 70% for the teachers and 30% for the staff, 100% for the teachers in especially difficult areas, border areas, islands, and ethnic minority areas. And these are considered the dream numbers when the current allowance for preschool and general education teachers is only 30 to 35%. For the teachers in difficult areas is 50%, and school staff are no allowances. And preferential allowances will be a great source of encouragement, a source of motivation for the teachers to continue to stick with and contribute to the noble profession, as well as attract excellent pedagogical students to become the future teachers. The increase in allowances will be a great motivation for the young teachers. And according to the leader of the Ministry of Education and Training, after resolution number 71 was issued, the ministry is also finalizing this draft. Accordingly, the basic salary of all teachers will increase, and the increase will be at least 2 million Vietnam dong, and the maximum is 7 million Vietnam dong per month for not including other allowances. On the eve of the new school year of 2025 to 2026, the education sector is still short of more than 100,000 teachers, One of the main reasons is that the teacher's income is still low compared to many other professions, while the work pressure is high and responsibility is high also. And therefore, the promulgation of Resolution number 71 will be a very timely boost to overcome the current shortage of the teachers. And at the same time, it will create a premise and launching pad for the teachers to create the future generation and the owners of the country in the area of national development. And that's all for today, TTV News. Thank you for being with us, and goodbye for now.